to give us a recap of what happened last week?
Oh,
Was it last week that chaos reigned supreme, or was that the
Yes.
week before?
Both.
I mean,
technically the week before,
how
but
many
last
how many
session.
sessions of this have we had? Because that's pretty much your answer.
5?
I think this is the third.
3rd?
Yeah,
That it?
No, there's 4 in the playlist,
Four?
so
fourth.
Oh,
So
five.
this is 5.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot y'all had a whole other quest before this one. Oops.
Well, we wreaked havoc in the temple. Akira revealed the true mark of their intelligence by getting past their defenses. And while we explored unconventional methods of temple robbing, it came to us that perhaps we were in the wrong temple to Afara. Uh, and so we found a the prophecy. No, was prophecy? The legend spoke of the first temple to Afara in this polis, and we were not in that one. We had to go find the first one, which was buried under essentially like what, the Hall of Justice? Is that what it was called? All right. And that's where we are. And getting into there was much easier once we deigned to recall the use of our tokens, which we were given for this express purpose. So we're a charming lot and have gotten very far.
Yeah. You kind of glazed over the part where Theo defiled the altar and the sacred chisel.
Well, to brag
etc.
about my own accomplishments would be disingenuous, wouldn't it?
Found the vault, but did not manage to get in it until later. But yeah. So y'all are in the ruins of the ancient temple to Miletus, around which the city of the ancient temple of Ifara, around which the city of Miletus was built. And then this temple had sunk, and a new one was built when they built the road, the street of the gods. You'll moved through. You had to fight some oozes, get around some snakes, a bunch of ruined rooms, through the library and into the main sanctuary. Theo has popped inside and has seen a large winged beast prowling down at the south side of the room. This sanctuary is scattered with the rubble of a broken statue. You see this chimera with the 3 heads, one of a ram, one of a lion, and one of an eagle. White fur, a snake for a tail, and it has caught sight of you. And we will go ahead and start things off with a little initiative.
Oh, I think. Did we already roll?
No, that's from last time. Let me delete it. Okay.
Let's see.
Now we'll start things off with initiative.
Has it instantly put me in there?
What, huh?
Did it instantly put me in there? I'm still
It
using
did
that.
not put
Yeah.
it. It did not put you into the roll order. It doesn't look like.
But it did roll. Okay.
Might have been a classic token unselected kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I'm just like trying to see how much I can do from the app. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I can.
yeah, I can just put it in there.
Okay. Oh, hey, you got the same thing.
Works out perfect.
Okay, and for the Chimera. Oh, hey, that's not rolling secretly.
Is it alright if I move my token a little closer?
Yeah, that's fine. I figured you'd be near to Thea.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
that's farther away, actually.
Where is
Uh,
it? I was just
yeah,
looking. I was
sorry.
just getting closer to my
Yeah,
friends.
Theo had gone through this door right here, and this is the area with the bad guy.
Okay.
You will probably not be able to see it.
I can't see a damn thing actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Um, does
What?
who's got torches? Who's torched
Yo.
up? Okay.
Who's lit right now?
Theo,
Hey.
you're seeing through your pal, right?
Yeah, my Kit Kat.
Okay. So that means yeah, Demetrius is blind. Would you have lit a torch if you're walking through here?
Do I have any? Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let me
That'll
take
make it
down
easy.
my torch count.
Okay, you should have light now.
I do, thank you. I am going to be
Descending.
oh
Hmm?
I'm going
Okay,
to be right behind Theo.
Okie doke. And it looks like all of you will get to go before the Chimera. Hallian, you're up first. We could say that Theo has announced that there's a creature, unless Theo would not have done that.
Well, I think it would be dependent on if this thing, like, I wouldn't be shouting. If this thing was just walking around and I just shouted that there's a beast here, I feel like that's real stupid.
I'm sorry, I completely blanked on everything that was just said. We do or do not know that this thing is here. Those
I'm
of
still
us in the
waiting.
other room.
I'm still waiting for Tyler to confirm he was blowing his nose.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. I felt like I was talking through my mouth a lot. Ah.
I'm.
Okay,
Carry on.
so let me see. The Chimera has noticed you, but it hasn't like started being very aggressive, but it is like turned to approach you.
I think I would have exclaimed.
Okay.
Not necessarily
yeah.
like, get in here, there's a beast, just like, oh my god.
hmm
Like
There's
I would have
something
made
to
a
be
sound.
known here.
I would have made a sound that kind of has the vibes of I see a beast.
hmm Also, Hallian, what's your perception like? Your passive.
14.
Okay. That's probably high enough to know that like you can hear like the echoing of like rubble and stuff from like this direction. You think like this would be another way to get there.
Yeah. I feel like I learned my lesson about going off on other ways alone. Also, I'm still very fucked up from nearly dying last time, so I will not be wandering off. I will just. I will move until I can see something at the very least. Well, I will move to join. I still can't see anything. And then I will just dodge.
Okay.
What's going on? That's not the right voice, but fuck, I don't care anymore.
Okay. Beast. Y'all have been wandering around in this ancient temple. A lot of small rooms that are mostly rubble, mostly caved in. This room is kind of the first one that shows remnants of, what used to be here. It's a library. Um, this map was originally built to be like above ground outside, so that gray blob next to you is supposed to be a tree, but we're just going to ignore that altogether. There is nothing where that gray blob is, and there is just like an open doorway down here.
Tree statue.
What's your perception like?
13.
Okay. I mean, you're still pretty close. Like, you can hear, and this is a stone echoey hall. Like this beast is right over here, right around this way.
Okay. Tyler, if I didn't like you, I would investigate this gray tree just because you said it was nothing. But I will not do
There
that.
is literally no gray tree here. Like, that's a figment of someone else's imagination.
Just hallucinating.
Mhm.
Tyler
moving-
repurposed this map.
Can you add dark vision to my character first? I think I can see, but like as I move my token, it's not giving me more sight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me just see. You've just got like 60 feet
I think I could.
standard.
Let's see, where would that be in my sheet?
It might not show up on your sheet. It would be in features, I think. I can look it up.
Dark vision.
You do not have dark vision.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, sorry.
I thought I did. Oh man, that's a bummer.
Light that torch.
Yeah, I mean, you could have a torch.
Oh
lit
wait, I
if you
could
would like
spend
to.
two. I could spend 2 key to get dark vision. That's probably what I was thinking. But that is
That is
too
half your key to
expensive.
do that.
Yeah, not about that life. Okay, so I'm gonna light a
You
torch.
could light a torch. Yeah, you could already have lit one because this is probably something that would have happened last game. You know
Yeah,
what I
that
mean?
makes sense. So how do I light a torch via my sheet?
I will do that for you right quick.
Cool.
If I can get your sheet to open back up for me. There it is. Okay. There you go. You should have light emitting from your token now. So as you move, the light should move with you.
Beast is gonna say, I'll check this way. And he's gonna go 5, 10, 15. He's got a speed of 40, so I'm just 20, 5, 30, 35, 40. Okay, I could see the thing. Now I do have a pillar in the way, so I don't imagine I can use a sling to get him. Unless I really arced it. But I don't think that's possible. So
What's the shortcut to let me see what you can see?
It's Control L.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can still see it. You could, I would say if you tried to attack it, it would have like half cover, which is just like a +2 to its AC. But
Oh, you know
if you
what?
wanted to attack it, you could.
I'm gonna send it. So I'm gonna use my sling. I'm gonna try to arc it around the cover and nail in the head. Let's
Alright.
go for it. Does a 19 hit?
19 does hit.
Awesome. Let's do the damage. 7 damage.
All right.
And that's let's see, bonus action. Wait, is there trying to you can make I can make an arm it has to be an unarmed strike.
Yeah, you're
Oh
not
well.
close enough for that. But
That's okay. I will forego my bonus action.
okay. So as you come around the corner, the Chimera is facing away from you. So its 3 heads are facing towards the corner where Theo and the gang are coming in. But the head of its tail, the snake, has turned to look at you, and your aim, you donk the snake on the head, and it hisses, and one head keeps looking over at at Theo, but the other 2 kind of turn back, and the lion's head growls at you,
Oh shoot.
and it kind of like spreads its legs out into more of like a fighting stance. Akira,
Oh fuck.
you hear the
Oh.
roar from around. You saw Beast go off down.
I'll go follow Beast. Hell yeah. Oh. 30 movement. Dink. Ooh, do I want to dash? Not really.
Coming through that hole, you're coming out, and the walls next to you are still like of the temple, but like the far wall is cave, like cavernous rock. So you are kind of like exiting the temple into the cave, and like where Beast is like the front steps to this temple.
Oh. Cool. Okay.
Large pillars, some of them broken and on the ground.
I don't know if I dash. I'm scared. I'm a little wimp. I'm a little guy. I'm gonna y'all dash and I'll go here. And just stay there.
All right. Aklan.
Alrighty. First thing a clone's going to do is move 15 feet forward to try and get a better look at where people are running off to. And he sees people are. I think he's going to go south. So hold on a second. So a clone can get there and will. You know what? He'll use his action dash and. Minus 15. Oh, shit. 30, 35. Which will take him right about to there.
All right.
And yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. And Theo.
Okay. I see that its attention is like diverted. And will be as helpful as I can from this distance, and as hurt as I am, actually. And just throw a sacred flame in that direction.
Okay. Do dexterity save. Oh, that's a 20.
Okay.
So this chimera has an ability called spell turning. Advantage on any save against a spell that targets it. If it's successful and the spell is a low enough level, the spell has no effect on the chimera and instead targets the caster.
Okay.
So if you could make a dexterity saving throw against your own spell save DC,
Oh no.
Oh
and you take 2 radiant damage.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. As your spell begins to glow around the chimera, it fades away quicker than it should, and you see like the eyes of the eagle glow, and suddenly you're enveloped in the spell.
Okay. I'm just going to try to get a little farther away then. That's all.
All right, Demetrius.
Oh, so,
What? It's your turn, man.
yeah, what, 1 second, sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought you said someone say my name.
No.
Okay. Yeah, in this room ahead of you, between you and the chimera, the scattered rubble, it's not very large, so it doesn't like block your vision or anything, but like moving through the rubble itself would kind of act as difficult terrain. But you can go
Okay.
around it without that penalty.
Okay. Sorry, hang on, the map is putting me through the ringer. Let me try to refresh. The map is not cooperating.
Hmm.
Oh, that I did not mean to do that. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
What would going around it look like? I can't do a straight shot, yeah.
Yeah. So if you were say trying to like get to the chimera, like going along the wall and then kind of cutting this direction would be the path.
Okay. I'm gonna hug this wall over here. 2, 3, 4. And go over here. And 1 second. My character sheet closed because I refreshed. 1 second.
No worries.
And then I am going to oh, okay. Oh, okay. Then I'm just going to cast Bless on Theo.
Okay, you can get bless on Theo and yourself.
Okay. Yep,
Okie
that's all.
dokie. Let's see. I mean, let me just do. Yeah, Hallian's a little too far. Okay, and then Callie.
I have nowhere. I'm just gonna run down where Akira and Beast are, and where I saw Clown on off to. Fuck, I gotta. Oh my god, I gotta go farther. Okay, I'm just gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna go here right behind this pillar next to Beast. I'm gonna use my whole dash action. And it was like here. Oh my fucking god! That's the action on. Oh, I can summon uh, my incarnation. Yeah. Oh, manifest actor. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna put him on the pillar next to me.
Give me just 1 second to get the token down there. Where are you putting him?
I'm probably just gonna put him right. Yeah, actually right here because I probably don't know what's going on. That's all I got.
Okay. On the Chimera's turn, it is going to turn, and the center head, the head of the goat, is going to open its mouth, and a white hot flame billows forth. 15-foot cone. It has turned to face you, Akhlon.
Mhm.
So yeah, it only manages to get Akhlon with this. If I could get a dexterity saving throw. Okay, that saves. Move this. Okay, and that's going to be 25 reduced to 12 fire damage.
Oh fuck!
All right.
That's going to be it for the Chimera's turn. And Hallian.
Bang my dog, sir. I can't see anything still, so 5, 10. And how much of this is difficult terrain?
Just kind of the area where the rubble is. Let me see if I can kind of like draw around it. It's kind of like this area.
So if I skirt the wall, I'm okay.
Yeah, if you keep to the wall, you're fine.
Sorry, I could not see the map previously. Oop, I forgot to do that to see how much. I've already spent 10 feet, so I have 40 left. That's 35. It's on the other side of a pillar, so I can't really do much from there without dashing. Do I have anything else that I need to do? Who am I kidding? I'm playing a barbarian. I dash. I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, did you have a bonus action?
Nope.
Okay. Beast.
Beast is going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And angrily going to knee, elbow, and uppercut each of the heads of this chimera with
Uh-huh.
a flurry of blows. So single attack and 2 bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So do the horns. 14. Is that gonna hit?
14 misses.
Okay, then miss the like snake or whatever. 14 miss the lion and then the goat.
18 will hit.
Okay. For 4. And since the reason why I can do horns for unarmed strikes is because I can as a minotaur. I just wanted to throw that out there. All right. Cool. That's my turn.
All right. Akira.
I'm gonna peek around this wall here. Oh, I see. Okay. And do I have like a line of fire for a little firebolt, or are there pillars and people in the way and I should scooch?
If you move forward one more square, then you have it pretty clear.
I'm gonna do that then. And bink.
Okay, that'll hit.
Yay. Bink.
Good
And then
damage.
scoots back over like 1. That's it.
All right. Aklan.
All right. A clon sort of dancing and twisting to avoid the cone of fire will sort of roll around, and as he does so, he will take a swing with his quarterstaff.
That'll hit.
And I will spend a key point to do flurry of blows, and one of those will be just an attempt to rear up on my hind legs and kick this thing.
That'll hit.
And the second will be to put a hand on my own chest and sort of center my key. And holy moly, nice dice today. Get 8 HP back.
Wonderful.
And that is my turn.
All right. Theo.
I'm going to move forward. I think that's 1, 2. Yeah, okay. And then sprout from the ground a thorny vine and try to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay, and I am not trying to move it.
Okay. 5 piercing. Okay.
Also, Bless just decided it was on. I didn't check that. Yeah, alarming. Anyway.
Okay. Just 1 second. Trying to mess with some controls here. Okay. That should work for you now, Oni.
It works.
Okay. And Demetrius.
I'm just going to scoot on up closer. Right here. How How is Beast and Helion? I can't see their health bars.
Beast is at full. Hallion's at like,
Real messed
or
up.
yeah, Hallion's pretty bad.
Okay. And is this the difficult terrain?
Yeah, just kind of like these 3 squares right here are.
Right. I think I'll huh? Roll 20. I will I'll dash to get right here. 20 feet.
Okay.
Halved, right?
Yeah, just for that 1 square.
Okay.
So like that 1 square you cross costs 10 instead of 5.
Okay. That's it for me.
Okie doke.
Okay. Probably is gonna scoot around Akira and run to where a clown was seated at. And I'm just gonna make sure I can actually get there. Yeah, I can. We got it. Oh wait. I don't know how. Can I just like move my echo with me? Like, I forgot about this.
I think.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
You can free action command it to move up to 30 feet. It just has to be within 30 feet of you.
Okay.
Or it has to stay within 30 feet of you.
Okay, it's gonna be with me. It's gonna be right next to me. Right there. I am going to attack it with my bronze sword. Oh my god. First roll of the day. 16.
16 hits.
Oh my god. 6. And might as well use my last unleash incarnation on it. That's the one where I can hit it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. We're fucking pumping numbies right now. 13?
Right, that does not hit.
Fuck, we're not pumping numbies.
Glances off the tough hide.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I got.
Okay. The Chimera is going to the lion's head makes a bite, a headbutt on Beast. Oh, and that's a critical hit.
Ooh, I will do my my tough guy thing.
You bite him back.
Yeah, something where you can reduce the damage.
Yeah, my unscarred resilience.
All right, yeah, go for it.
Constitution is 3. Add that to a d12 and subtract it from the damage. So minus 14 damage.
That takes the 17 damage down to 3 damage.
Awesome. Love that one.
Okay. And then the tail of this Chimera is going to take a bite attack at a Klon. That's only a 9 to hit. So that misses. And then it is going to claw at the closer of the Callies, which is the Echo. That's also a 9 to hit, so I think that misses. The
That
Draco
misses.
survives. Okay. Hallion.
I will spend a bonus action to rage.
Okay.
Oh, no, I won't. I'm out of rages. Ha ha!
Oh no.
So I will just recklessly stab with a lance.
I love that for you. Oh, for the people that wasn't here, Kali also took their armor off, so I think I got the same AC as the wizard.
Sweet, I'm done.
Oh, unfortunately that misses.
That's it, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Beast.
Alrighty. Time for another triple attack. Going for the faces.
All right.
So 3 horns. Let's just put those all at once, and then we'll decide if they hit and all that.
Ooh. The second 2 hit.
All right, we take those. So 5 and 7.
5 and 7. All right. Thing looks bloodied.
Ooh. All right, and I won't move.
Okay. Akira.
I'm gonna scooch out a couple, or I guess just one, and then just huck another firebolt. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's broke. I take it back, and then we'll go back and hide
Yeah.
behind their pillar.
All right. Okay. Aklan.
Yeah, I'm going to try and bonk this snakehead with
Okay.
a two-handed staff attack.
That hits.
Then I will kick him in the torso.
Okay. That'll certainly do it.
That is it.
Okay. All right. Theo.
Is Hallion looking stabler?
Still messed up.
Still very bad? Okay, great. Not great. Just gives me something to do. I'll heal you a little bit. Ooh.
Cool.
Probably could have gotten my fucking totem up first. Oops. Yeah, well, that's too late. I called it. Alright. That's
Oops.
it.
All right.
Just gotta
Demetrius.
remember to do my class features, huh?
The eternal struggle.
Oh. Hellion, you're how much better now are you?
Still bloodied. Definitely better than I was.
You can also see though that this Chimera is on its last quarter. Like it's pretty hurt.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Stab and whip. Stab and whip.
I'm
I believe in
holding
you.
a torch right now. Gotta calm
Oh
down.
yeah, that's true. Stab and torch. Stab and
Stab with torch. Stab with torch. Um, I will hurry on over to Aklon. and give him some healing. I'll do uh uh 5 points of lay on a hand.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Give it a little smack on his dump truck ass.
All right. And with that,
I don't even
unless you have
feel
a
it.
bonus action or anything.
That is
Doke. Beast. Or not Beast, Callie.
Hey, we're back again once again. I can't wait to think of a way to flavor it, so I'm just gonna stab him with brown sword. Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna start the grappling again. I'm just gonna stab him with the bronze sword.
Right. A 19 hits.
Ooh, 9
9
damage.
piercing. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Anything else?
I'm just gonna have my echo move one space to the left. So
Got it. Okay. Roll this recharge die again. Okay. Uh the center head again, the goat's head opens up and this white heart flame builds and then rushes out. It's gonna catch Beast and Callie. I need y'all to make dexterity saving throws.
okay, 22.
Woo.
Okay, that definitely saves. So that's 19 reduced to 9. And then I think you have fire resistance.
Yep.
So that'll reduce it again to 4. And then Cole, if you're able, if you can make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, that does not save, so you will take 19 fire damage. And then it is going to make an attack with its venomous tail on a Klon. That is a 24 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit.
Okay. I will, friendly reminder, this would be an opportunity, Demetrius, to use your ability if you wanted to, as the companion.
Am I within range?
Yeah, you are right next to a Klon.
Okay.
So you could take this hit instead of him if you would like to.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. It's going to be 12 piercing damage. And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You got this.
Okay. What does does
Constitution,
do
that
I
saves, and you are not poisoned.
Good
But yeah,
job.
12
I
piercing damage, no poison. Good, good, good. And then the the uh, the lion's head is going to make a attempt to gore Callie with its horn, or not lion. Lion doesn't have horns. Shoot, this image is mixing me up. Anyways, it's gonna bite at you. That's a 20 to hit Callie.
It definitely is.
Okay, it's gonna be 12 piercing damage.
Boy, they're pumping the fucking beast.
All right, and then Hallion.
Let's try to do better than last time. Still attacking recklessly.
All
There.
right.
You did a lot better.
Divine Fury is checked.
All right. How would
It
you like
did
to do it?
Not okay. I was gonna say it did not add another d6 for Divine Fury. It's just Lance catches one of the heads behind the neck and then pins it to another one and pins it to the ground.
Right. And with that, the wings beat and fall limp, and the Chimera lays defeated.
Boy, that was fucking badass. Which one? Wait, which one of them was like? Which one of the heads was breathing fire? Was it the ram?
Yeah, the center one, the goat.
Can I check his teeth?
You say take his teeth or check his teeth?
Yeah, I want to check his teeth. I want to see what they're made out of. It's like regular bone.
Yeah, it just looks like regular teeth.
Hmm.
Hey, yeah, it's probably magical.
I see a few people who look severely wounded. How's Callie looking?
I am bleeding profusely.
Okay. I'm going to drop my links to the ground, and she'll walk a little bit around everybody. And I'm going to just use this opportunity to summon the unicorn spirit latently, but still take advantage of the minute of bonus healing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's see. Beast, I'm going to heal you once, and everyone gets 4 HP, including an additional 4 HP, including Beast.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to do that again and use my last spell slot to heal Callie similarly. So 12 for Callie, 9 for Beast, and a total of 8 for everyone, including those two.
Holy moly.
Thank you very much.
Very cool.
Yeah, ain't nothing I can sneeze at, but I am out of spell slots now, so.
Is it just the 4 total, right?
A total of 8.
8. Oh my god. Sorry.
Yeah, because I cast. No, it's okay, because I cast 2 spells, so it'll be my druid level twice, so 8.
Do we see the unicorn? Is it visible?
So how I usually use this utility is that like whatever animal happens to be around is the source of the spirit rather than like the manifestation of the spirit itself. So the links that I have been using as my eyes and ears is just kind of going around and purring to everybody and healing you immensely.
Like licking the wound or something. All right, that's cool.
It's mink.
Yeah. A lynx is actually that's very funny. A lynx is actually Nylea's chosen beast.
They look pretty mythical. The whole ear thing.
That's true.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, and with the Chimera slain before you, you are free again to move around the temple. To the south, the temple opens up to the stairways, but you are quickly met with solid stone and earth, packed earth. But there are some pathways north and west. And yeah.
Take some teeth quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say you've got some pliers that you can pull some teeth with.
Yeah.
I'll take some of those teeth.
All right. Just give you one big tooth.
Hell yeah.
Any reason you were doing that?
Oh, I do plan on like using this for one of my creations later on. I think it would be a good resource to put in like one of my heat treats or anything. Or I don't know. It's like buying ingredients to a recipe you don't really have.
Just kind of look at you, a little odd, not disappointed or anything. Just okay.
Yeah. You never know what you're gonna need. Chimera teeth. You don't get a lot of those.
Wouldn't it just be goat's teeth?
I don't know. Well, I guess not, because this one has been set on fire a lot, and I'm not sure how teeth and fire work. I just don't think that's good for the enamel.
Theo shrugs.
Okay. Which way are we going, everybody?
I do not know.
Oh,
Perhaps
fuck it.
sleep.
Which way was the way, Tyler? He said south.
Well, I mean, you came from this direction, and you know that there's nothing but cave. You know that like Hallian and Theo and them entered through this door. So that kind of leaves like this path and this door.
Is this the vault that we were trying to get into to get the mask?
Not quite. So that vault was just full of money and valuables. Through talking to the high priest Leander and stuff, y'all learned that um, the temple y'all were in was not the original temple to Afara. And like the legend that y'all were told said that the mask was placed into the place that would become the first temple of Ifara that the city would be founded around. So now y'all are in the original sunken temple to Ifara, this ancient, centuries old temple that was mostly forgotten about. So y'all
Oh.
believe the mask is probably here instead of in the newer temple that y'all were in before.
Can I search this rubble? This room seems kind of square and important, you know?
Yeah. There's not really much to search through. You see that this looking at the pieces, you can gather that this was a statue of Ifara. The rectangle next to you was an altar, but all there is a cracked slab of marble now. Um, it's pretty easy to search through and your search results with not finding anything.
All right. Well, I suppose.
But you
Yeah.
can feel confident that you are in a temple of Afara.
Guys, I think we're in a temple of Afara.
Get off of this,
Makes
beast.
sense.
I would hope so, otherwise we've come to the wrong place again.
I think I'll just take a look in this room. Is this more library?
This looks to be the remnants of a dining hall. You see a few tables, turned over benches, rusted kitchenware. The shelf to your left looks like it has like ancient like clay plates and bowls.
Kind of just go around. Actually, I'm just gonna get onto the table and just like start kicking stuff off of it and just listening to it crash and clatter on the floor.
All right. Good bit more wanton destruction.
Yeah, this is not necessarily as malicious. This is
It's just
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Callie, are you testing that door next to you?
Oh yeah.
The door, the latch doesn't like open like it should. You think that it was probably locked, but the door is like old and weak enough that whenever you attempt to turn the handle, the rest of the door just breaks apart. In other words, it was locked, but that did not at all bar your passage. Let me open the door right quick.
Oh man, Saudi word.
This temple's like 600 years old.
This place
That's, I
sucks.
can talk as much shit as I can. Okay. Ooh.
Okay. Heading into this room, you see that there are some small benches in the center that look like they were like they're stone like seating. There's on the far wall like hooks that like you see cloaks hanging on. Some of them very old and tattered. You see a pair of cloaks that look to be in pretty good condition now. On the closer wall, there's a lot of shelving that holds like old rusted weaponry. This looks to be like uh, an armory of sorts.
I gotta go to the armory. What the classic design is looking like. Okay, I gotta.
Looking at the weaponry, it's all like very old, very rusted. None of it really seems to be in working condition. I mean, you could take it and do some like restoration on it if you wanted, but you would be restoring it back to a mundane weapon. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, very true.
mhm.
I am gonna still like collect them though. But to be fair.
Okay. You find like 2 short swords and a spear. The spear, whenever if you go to pick it up, like the haft falls apart pretty quickly, but you are left with like the spearhead.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. Okay, that's good. Gotta put these in my character sheet. Okay.
And then
Oh,
yeah, other than that, there's just the cloaks hanging on the hooks, and then another like open doorway with a staircase down into another room. The hallway to the north looks like it's just a hallway that's collapsed a little ways down.
wait, you said you said like a couple or like one or two of those robes look okay compared to the others?
Yeah, there are 2 robes that look to be still in pretty good condition, whereas the others are very like tattered and ratty. But you see 2 that are uh, like a blue one and a green one that look to be in very good condition.
Huh. Kind of like growl and call out to Akira.
Yes?
You know what the hell these is right here?
No, but I
Eh,
can. They
Hey,
hold out their
which one
fishy
looks
hand.
better actually?
On you?
Green or blue? Green or blue?
Mm, perhaps I am biased, but blue.
All right, give me the green one.
Okay. Okay, wait, I have something for this. So if I cast something as a ritual, that means I don't use a spell slot for it. And I have a thingy that lets me cast a ritual as normal time once a day. Because
Yes.
scribes.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna do that and
Okay, so you're
identify
gonna
it.
super fast ritually identify one of these cloaks.
Yeah.
Still a minute, but at least
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Instead of 11.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So identifying one of them identifies both of them because
Yay.
they are a pair. These are the cloaks of Tinius and Cairo, the gay kings, the founders of holiness.
What? Wait, what do they do? Do they do anything, or are they just
They
like?
do. They do. They are bound to each other. They allow the wearers to act as one. Whenever one wearer rolls initiative, the other can take that initiative result instead of their own.
I'm crying. I will explain that that's what these are and not be completely freaking out. Oh my god, it's the Gay Kings. I love them. Okay, yeah. And wait, which one did you give me? Was it the green one?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we keep these, or perhaps someone else might? Do you want this?
It looks nice. I mean, someone has to take them. I don't think it'd be better just to keep them down here.
That is true. Akira will put theirs on.
We'll put mine on.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Besties.
Okay. Hallion, what are you up
Yep.
to?
I am just keeping an eye on everybody. I thought I was about to offer to kick down the door when it fell apart. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, you see that there's another path leading down. Though you do hear the footsteps of Theo getting farther and farther away. What about Akhlon?
Adam said he'll be right back. I'm not sure if he's back yet.
Oh, okay. I did not see. Cool. Well, in that case, we'll jump over Theo and Demetrius. As you come into this back room, you see this rectangle in front of you looks to be not quite an altar in the same sense of the one that's out in the main sanctuary, but this looks like an area that was used for more like private rituals, things like that weren't necessarily done out there. You see dried blood um, on the on the dais itself. In the corner, you do see a smaller statue of Ifara.
Ugh.
I suppose I could piss on this altar, huh?
Oh my god.
I'm not
You-
going to,
you
but that just
definitely
occurred to me
could.
that's something that I'm capable of doing.
Just keeps it in, ready for an altar.
And then yeah, there's that tunnel of rubble through the wall there.
Store open.
Gets to be a bit of a tight squeeze, but then yes, that doorway is wide open. And you see a room that looks like maybe it was once a treasury. You see desks that are similar to the ones in the treasury that you saw back at the other temple. But it looks like a large bit of the roof fell into the center and crushed a lot of it. You see there are scattered coins around the room. Not a whole lot, but a good handful if you collected them.
as we're like passing through the tunnel, I'll just call back, "Think small, Dee Dee," and then I'll be like, I think I am going to like pick up these coins, because I had good fortune when I did last time and gave them away to those who cared about them. So I'm going to do that.
Okay. You gather up like 15 gold.
Okay.
Ugh. Neil, what do you need that for?
Well, I gave them away to some of the humans in the polis, and then found some of these. And he produces like herbs and some plants and some interesting crystals and rocks.
Ugh, that's just commerce.
Oh no, they were just to the sides of the road. I figured it
Oh,
was good enough fortune.
huh. I guess that is interesting.
Yes, should I find a few more of some more bones and some things, I should be able to shortly have enough here to call a beast to us at my command.
Ooh.
And then he like looks up at the cat that's like sitting on his head. A bigger beast, I should say, not a greater one. And the cat kind of roars.
Okay. Well, as you peer down this next hallway, we'll jump back to the rest of the group. Those of you that are kind of in the doorway to the dining hall, you see that Demetrius and Theo have gotten themselves lost, as in
Rude.
nowhere near y'all. Not that they're lost, just that you don't see them.
I know exactly where I am, thank you. I am here.
And then yeah, Callie, there's that door down south of you, and I think Beast Token is not. Well, he's not here to move it, but just let me know which group you'd like to follow, or if y'all want to try to meet back up. Or
I'll go with Aklon's group.
okay, Aklon, what are you thinking?
As far as I know, we explored up here.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you saw Theo and Demetrius head through that room, and then
Okay.
on further along on that pathway. But then Callie, Akira, and Halion have kind of broken off into this other room.
So they're sort of heading south, and
Well, it depends if the three of you wish to continue that path and explore that way, or if y'all want to like stick together.
yeah, I'm just gonna follow Theo and Demetrius up through here.
Okay.
And the primary thing that Aklon is keeping an eye out for is, seeing as how he likes secrets, he's looking for anything that might indicate some secret storage location or a secret passage or any of that sort of stuff.
Gotcha. So this first room you pass through is a dining hall, and then into this second you see there's like a large altar where it looks like rituals, like sacrificial rituals, were taking place. Probably not like human sacrifice. That's not really as far as thing, but plenty of animal sacrifice, that kind of thing. But no, like nothing that seems like it's a secret room or anything untoward happening here.
Excellent.
And then it's easy to gather that the only real path forward is through this tunnel in the wall, and it's a bit of a squeeze for you bigger guys, but you're able to manage it into this room up here that was possibly a treasury once upon a time, where you find a much larger minotaur. Let me shrink that back down. Where you find Demetrius and
Mhm.
Theo. Okay. Halion, Akira, and Callie, what are y'all doing?
Perhaps we should catch up with the others.
That would be wise, yeah.
We could kick down that door, but I think the three of us should probably not do that on our own.
Yes,
Oh.
we should wait for backup in case we need it. Which way did the people? Is it like this way?
It's
Like,
okay.
Yeah, here I'll
Okay,
grab the three
gotcha.
of you and move y'all
Okay.
to the room that they're all in. That way I don't, you know, I've described it a couple times. So
Yeah. Getting grabbed by the hand of God. Flung.
Okay, yeah. So in this room, it's a large chunk of roof and rock that is caved in the center, but you see broken chairs and desks scattered around the room. And yeah, there's a hallway headed north off this room.
Sure. Well, just get to going.
Beep, beep. Oh. Oh.
That's the way you came in, Akira. That
Oh, is it? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Dink.
All right, and then this series of hallways can be kind of single file. So,
Listen, I know that we are excited to find the mask, but might it not be a good idea? This room seems easily defensible. It seems like many people are still injured or have lack of resources. Perhaps we stay here, take a rest.
I think that would be very smart.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Y'all can kick it for an hour. Roll some hit dice. Do any other short rest regen stuff you've got.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to do 2 hit dice.
Oh.
My God. Fucking gaming. Oh my God, I'm a gamer.
What? Kind of pumping numbies.
What is everybody doing during the like short rest? Like what are people doing?
Playing with rocks,
Yeah, that
playing
sounds about
catch.
right.
Polishing my
Singing.
horns.
Is that what we're calling it these days?
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Okay.
No, that was a good one. Let's see. Yep, that's it.
Akira.
Oh, Akira's plopped down, taking notes of some kind. A little journal.
Okay, I like playing with rocks. I want to join.
I'll toss a rock to you.
Yeah, we go. I want to play catch with rocks. Got the
Sure.
with that.
We begin teaching you a game about tossing rocks, and clapping hands between each toss and trying to. It's essentially jacks, but instead of like ball bounces, we're tossing stones, and so it means that like as it gets harder, the rocks are like thrown more aggressively. Not with the intent to hurt, but like if you're not careful, you will get a little bruise.
Okay. Yeah. Kali, after a little while, gets a little too deep into the rock throwing game.
Akira starts taking notes on the rock throwing game, watching you guys.
Yeah. Kali's feet start heating up as they start to throw the rocks hard. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. This was a nice short rest, everybody.
Okay. Yeah, so short rest wraps up without any interruption. A few of you come away with some rock-shaped welts. But yeah, y'all are healed up, rested.
Okay, everybody. That looks very fucking narrow.
I did take this moment to kind of review again the like piety stuff, and Hallian, you can take a point of piety for defeating a creature that was outside of its domain.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is a chimera outside of its domain?
This is a beast of field and sky, and it is in a cave guarding a temple it shouldn't be.
Oh, what the hell? Interesting.
We need a summoner to farm piety points for Hallian.
That would work for Nalea too.
Oh.
They get points for
Look up what
defeating
that
like
means.
aberrations and fiends and stuff.
Infinite XP glitch, everybody. This is how you get good with God.
Let's go.
Okay.
I believe I can now cast. Oh, command. That's
Speaking of casting spells, oh, actually, let me double check that. Okay. Interesting point, Tyler.
Yes.
So a lot of my piety shit as an oracle is about divination magic, and especially expensive divination magic. How is that supposed to work?
Ooh, good question.
Because my level 3 is just augur. Cast augury as a ritual with this trait. Once you do so, you can't cast it this way again until you finish a long rest. So it does not specify anything about
Yeah,
cost.
I think these things about from piety, these like gifts are gonna like fall in the category of like the stuff where you can do it without the like material components.
Okay, that seems reasonable to me. That said,
Also, any of you who like one of your piety things give you a thing that you already have from something else, let me know and we'll pick something else for it. I think that might pertain to like uh shoot. Why am I blanking on y'all's names so much?
I think one of them was mine.
Katie.
Yeah.
Like if because you're like already, you know, a Triton, if some of your stuff conflicts, and then yeah, like Callie, I think with yours, like it gives you mending, but you already have that, so you can take produce flame instead, which is what you
Yeah.
would have had otherwise. Either ways, you have those 2 cantrips or whatever.
Yeah, I do a little magic. So,
Yeah, I think that was fog cloud. That
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll find something else to replace that fog cloud with. But yeah.
Is since we have encountered such dangers so far, is anyone interested in asking? Well, would anyone appreciate if I were to ask Nylea if there are threats ahead? The insight she would provide would be rather limited, but I have the opportunity while we are here.
oh, no, I have no problem. Actually, I want to see this. Hold up.
Cannot think of anything that I would like to know. And we'll assume that there are enemies ahead. There have been enemies behind.
Well enough. We certainly have no need to bother the guards so directly, unless dire need require.
Okay. You can see Collie put his fucking sketchbook back.
Oh, that's what you were. You said hold up. I thought you were just saying you were gonna do something else.
Oh no. I just want to watch.
Oh, okay. Well, there will be time to see the interference of the gods with my mortal being soon enough.
Can't wait.
I waited till you got back to your desk before I wandered on.
Okay. But yeah, continuing to wander on, moving through this weaving hallways. As you reach this point, Theo, you see the remnants of what would have been a couple of like doorways, but they've long since deteriorated. And then a staircase leading down into a large open room with 6 statues of not of the gods, but of like um, men in like armor, like ancient, Melitan guard armor. You see uh, a couple different races represented here. There's a statue of a Triton. There's a statue of a centaur. No satyrs here, but there is a minotaur, a leonin. Then there's also another statue in an alcove of what just looks like a commoner carrying like a vase. There are various like um, shelves with, you see some like some large jewels scattered around. This looks to be like a vault.
I kind of want to like sniff the air and flick my ears, try to like pick up on if there's been any movement around here in some time. My passive perception's a 21, but I can also roll perception if you'd like.
No, passive perception, you don't see anything that would be out of place. There's a good coating of dust on everything. You think there's enough dust here that if anything had moved here in the last decade, you'd be able to see it.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I will be the first and step into the dust.
Like I said, this staircase goes down. At the back of the room, you see another like staircase that raises up to a couple of closed banded chests.
I'm going to like look at Callie and point at the boxes across the way.
Okay. Yeah. First, before I go do anything, do I recognize these armor pieces?
Just in that they're like a little bit older style of your standard wear like armor.
Okay.
Nothing too
Retro.
fancy, nothing specific. Just like you spot that they have kind of like an older class mechanism than newer armor generally has. Just something little like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Enough to tell you that this is from a different age.
Okay. Okay. And the boxes. What's going on?
Yeah. So the shelves scattered around the room all have little things on them. And then at the back of the room, you see a couple of chests with iron bands
Oh, okay.
back
They look
here on
like
this raised area.
they look like regular chests. Or-
Yeah, a chest. It looks like a locked chest, reinforced, treated wood. Unlike a lot of the rest of this place, these chests are not falling apart. But you don't think it's magic. It's just well made.
See, this is how they should have made that door a while back. Right? This is good, right? I just punched. I just punched through the fucking chest.
Make an attack roll.
Imagine you missed
That
the
is-
chest.
That's insane.
Oh my god! I gotta remember. 21.
Okay, yeah, you definitely hit. What I'm gonna say here is hitting this thing was easy. Honestly, like there was no missing this thing. But you rolled well enough to hit like a spot that might break. I've got a damage threshold in my mind, and unless you can beat the damage threshold, you're gonna take the damage.
Okay, bet. Hold up. I gotta watch this because you gotta believe in unarmed strikes 10.
The damage threshold was 10. That means you are not gonna break your hand, but you also don't really break through this chest.
I just see you just slam into it, and I just say, "Well, I could have done that."
But perhaps not. I've seen this. This must be chest with a secret button to open. And he is just trying to slam secret area because to simply hit a box that does not have secret button like this would be absolutely insane. So must have secret button.
As Callie
God.
connects with this chest, those of you that are kind of standing further back and watching see 3 of these statues begin to shift and move and turn to face Callie.
No!
Ah!
Boy, oh boy.
No.
Oni, I did not mean to throw you under the bus like that. I'm so sorry. Usually when I do something shitty like that, it is on purpose, but I did not mean to this time.
I was gonna. If no one was going to be able to break into it right away, I was going to eventually punch it.
You didn't even try to break into it any other way, though. You just went for it with your bare hands.
Why not?
Because
Oh,
why
boy.
would that
Did
work?
Did I just put these tokens?
It
on the
usually
map
works.
later?
Mhm.
God dang it.
We didn't
Well,
see anything. It's fine.
never
Saw
mind.
nothing.
Close
Hello,
your eyes.
Miles.
Blue dragon moment. We were like, we didn't see it.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry, my bad. Misclick.
No, I meant to put them on the token layer. Like y'all are supposed to see them, but
Oh.
they were on the map layer, which means I couldn't like
Right, very hard to
touch them or
interact with
roll
on the
their
map layer.
initiative. Yeah.
Yeah. So they just like fall apart and you can't use them anymore. So they're no longer enemies.
Callie, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception? Oh yeah, guys. This is pure ass. 10.
I was about to say you need at least an 11 to notice these things. It's stone, it's moving, it's stepping. No, I was debating whether or not to put you under the effects of a surprise, but I don't think you are. These things are too loud. But as you can see, they rolled very badly on their initiative. I really got to remember to make these things whisper their rolls. Okay. And then I will go ahead and roll for well, Cole, are you present enough to participate if I
Yeah, I'm back.
click buttons? Okay, gotcha. Are you able to roll initiative?
Oh yeah.
It's another combat where the enemies are at the very bottom.
Should I add my dexterity modifier to my initiative roll?
Yes.
Yeah, because you're tied with two of us. So.
Oh yeah. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, so I'll do it manually here, and then I'll click the thing on the settings.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think that puts a Klon at the front of the three of you.
Mm-hmm.
Beast on up. Beast has a +3, and Kira has +2. So Beast will go ahead of Kira. Okay. And with that, Aklon, you are up first. This statue next to you, the statue of shaped in like a minotaur, steps down off of its pedestal and looks like it's gearing up to attack you.
Seeing as how we're all sort of grouped down here and Callie is off by himself, I will spend a key point to disengage and then trot around him, so I'm right up next to Callie, and then I will take a swing at this fool.
That'll certainly hit.
Okay, and I would like to do a couple things in addition to that, because so I'm going to push him back to here.
I'm sorry, I didn't see.
Well, I have the crusher feat, right? So because of the bludgeoning damage, I'm going to push him 5 feet backwards.
Okay. He crashes into some shelves, breaks some wood, and sends a few things scattered.
And because I rolled a critical hit, attack rolls against a creature are made with advantage until the start of my next turn. And so I'm going to walk up and Oh no, I already took my bonus action. But I will walk up, so I'm right next to him, and that is my turn.
Okay, you hop up on his pedestal.
Yep. My pedestal
Okay,
now.
and then Theo.
I am first going to give a sharp staccato whistle and summon some bats into this chamber, and I am going to call my hawk spirit totem, uh, which hopefully also gets Callie's attention. And then in the dark here, I am going to cause another sprouting root to snap out and hopefully strike this guy here. Do, 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 do. Would you please open?
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's at advantage because it's the. That's
Yes,
yeah.
but does this count as a ranged attack that you'd get disadvantage since you have an enemy right next to you?
Oh, I forgot I do. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also got blessed. Okay. Hopefully that turned it off. That'll be it.
Okay. Hallian.
10, 20. That's only 25. Damn it. Kira, watch out. And I will charge past. Oh, actually, I can stop here. And I'm going to lance that one.
That'll hit.
I am still carrying a torch, so there should be plenty of light.
Yeah, there are like 4 or 5 torches in here, so
16 total damage.
I was
Alright.
wondering because I was like, wow, it looks great in here. Am I still holding my torch or is it no?
That's it.
okay. Beast.
I'm gonna go to this statue and hit him with the horns. Let's see. Do either of those hit?
No, they do not.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay, Akira.
I'm gonna try and witch bolt this guy.
I'm going to use my bats to give Akira advantage.
Yay! Bestie!
That'll still not hit.
Damn it.
I'm going to give my inspiration to you for this.
Wow.
All right.
Fucking yeah.
That'll hit.
Thank you. Dink.
What the fuck is this spell?
4 and 12. That is enough. For you to electrocute this statue to death.
Oh my god.
Murder statue.
Where the split in the stone from Hallian's lance, you hit there and begin to just charge the energy, and it causes that split to just expand throughout it, and the statue collapses to rubble.
Hell yeah.
I think this is the second time you've used Witch Bolt, and it like
And it just
immediately killed them,
worked
so you
the
don't
first
get like
time.
the sustained effect of it.
It's fine.
All right,
It does what it needed.
Murder.
Callie, you are up. Put an X on this.
I'm gonna notice people are fighting. Watch one get electrocuted. Come over here. Is this one prone? Nah.
Mm-mm.
No, but you do
Nah.
have advantage on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll try to stab him where his eyes would be. Wherever else.
Okay.
Yeah. Make sure I'm clicking the right one. 13?
21
Oh,
hit.
21. God, I got a pin. 7.
7 piercing.
I'm going to manifest my echo right below, right here.
Okay. Let me just actually go grab the token that you had earlier because it is connected to you already. It's gone. Where did it go? Did you delete it?
Yeah, I didn't think we were going to be fighting anything.
We're in a
That's okay.
dungeon, babe.
You know? It
It's
happens.
there. I'll work on giving you command of it in a second.
They're not doing anything. You just look cool.
Okay. All right, and then Demetrius.
Dick. I'm just gonna whoop this one right next to us. You know.
All right.
Whoop, her.
Those will both hit.
Oh.
Okay, good damage.
That's all.
Okay. And the armor's turn. Well, the statues, but yeah. The one next to Aklon is going to make 2 attacks against you, Aklon.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12 and an 18.
The 18 hits.
Okay, for 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then the other will make 2 attacks against Demetrius. It's an 11 and a 17.
Ouch. Yeah. The 17 hits.
Gotcha. 8 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Okay. Aklon.
Yeah, I'm gonna crack my staff over top this guy's head again. Or try to.
Okay. A 12 will not hit.
So I will spin around and try and kick him.
Okay. An 11 also won't. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Theo.
I think I'm gonna turn. What kind of statue's right next to me?
That's the one of the Minotaur.
Okay. I'm going to grab it by the horns and crack our heads together and use primal savagery.
Okay.
Hell
That'll
yeah.
hit.
Hard as it.
1 point of
1.
acid damage.
Not that hard.
Oh,
That's it.
okay. Well, that looked really cool.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no, it was badass.
Okay, and Hallian.
I will step forward so that I can avoid stabbing through Demetrius, and I will go for the Minotaur statue.
Right.
Reckless. That's it.
Okay. At initiative count 20,
Uh-oh.
the statue in the alcove of the commoner with the pot, it comes to form and begins to move, and you see it reach an arm inside of the pot and pull out a stone sword and then drop the pot.
Pot sword.
1 second.
Yeah, I'm more scared of this commoner with a sword than I am of any of these
Right?
motherfuckers.
You know how much of a madman you got to be just to have a fucking sword in a pot?
Please tell me you Elden Ring players have heard of Let Me Solo Her.
Yes. Oh
Oh,
my god,
I don't
fucking
even
legend.
play.
Excuse me?
Okay.
It's this guy
I'll
that
find
played
it. I'll
like
find it. Hold on, I got this. I have the link saved because I sent it to a friend of mine.
Let Me Solar. Fucking demon of a person.
Hardest boss in the game. Somebody's like, I need to get help on this, and goes public, and the person that shows up is their character is completely naked, but for 2 swords and a pot on their head, and their name is Let Me Solo Her, which they proceed to do, and fans have gone nuts. There is fan art of this character. It is amazing.
Incredible.
Wow.
This guy travels multiverses just to fight the same person.
This commoner statue, she's going to step out of her alcove.
What the fuck?
And let's see, is going to move up to the closest of you and is going to slash at the Echo. That's a 16.
Oh, it just is.
Okay. The Echo is destroyed, and they are going to continue forward and make another attack at a Klon. And that's a 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
Okay, that's 13 slashing damage. Okay, and then it is Beast's turn.
All right. Gonna hit him with the horns once more.
Mhm.
Oh, wrong one. Try that again. Do either of
Okay,
those hit?
The 24 hits.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Okay, and then Akira.
Freaky commoner is freaking me out. I wanna. Can I wanna huck a firebolt at that guy.
Okay.
Dink! See, I didn't put enough into the dink. That was the problem. You know?
Yeah, the 13 does miss.
And yeah, I'll just stay here, hanging.
Like that.
Okay. Callie.
Okay. Shit's getting kind of serious. We got fucking pot swords now. Don't worry, guys. Let me solo her. I'm gonna get my. I'm finna use one of my other swords. I didn't get 2 fucking features to not dual wield at least one time. Gonna attack with my bronze sword. 17.
Okay. 17 misses. Just misses.
Oh, you bitch!
Being around you would fix this.
Okay. Second attack. I have disadvantage on this, don't I? Yeah. I'm still gonna do it. Gonna try to punch it.
That misses.
Did you say you're at disadvantage?
Cause like this is a cursed sword.
Right.
Yeah, anytime that he attacks without the sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my reaction to the bats will help sonar you into the right direction. You'll have a flat roll.
Well, it's 13.
That does still miss. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah. You did not see. If you want to save that, that's fine. But yeah.
Well, I
still
think that's
no
up
hit.
to you whether or not like when you want me to call that roll.
Let me see. When a creature makes an attack roll, you can use your reaction to grant advantage on the attack roll. Yeah, I think that would have to be like. It's not like an after the fact reroll. So you would have to like call it whenever they make the attack, I think.
Yeah. So what I did was
So
yeah. So I'll keep that reaction
okay,
use.
no problemo. Thank you. And then Demetrius. Unless you already used your bonus action. Unless you want to move, Kelly,
Did I use my bonus action?
to make the second attack.
Oh, yeah. Fuck it. Yeah. That's it. Actually, I'm just going to get right next to him.
Okay. Demetrius.
Think I'll do the same again. Who?
All right.
Oh.
That crit will hit.
Riddle hit.
Okay. And that is enough to take down this Minotaur statue. Exactly, thanks to the 1 acid damage from earlier.
Yo!
Teamwork,
Nice
baby!
job, guys. Um, and then I think I'll move over here.
Okay. Do the one this one is the human statue that is next to a Klon. We'll make 2 attacks on a Klon. That's a nat 1 and a 9. All right. A Klon.
All right, I'm gonna try and end that thing.
All right. A 16 misses. A 22 will hit. For 8.
And I'm attacking the thing that just attacked me.
Oh, okay. The new one
Yeah.
with the sword.
No, the one who just attacked and missed twice. The
Oh, the one
old-
who just tried. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's what I had assumed. But...
Okay. Awesome.
All right. Good deal. It is still
Still
kicking.
hanging on.
Theo.
Okay. I am also going to attack the one with the sword over here. With Thorn Whip.
Okay. 15 misses.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Hallion.
I will take an attack against this statue right next to me.
Okay.
That is the wrong thing. I am directly adjacent, so I will have disadvantage. So that is a 1. Now that I have attacked, I can back up with mobile. 10, 20. Clear out, I'm going to charge.
Okay. All right. Okay. The commoner statue will take their sword and swing it first at Callie. It's a 17
Yeah, that hits.
for 12 slashing damage. And
Okay.
then we'll make a second slash with their stone sword at a Klon for a 20 to hit, dealing 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay, and Beast.
Yes. So Beast, seeing the statue crumbled, will go 5, 10, 10, 15, 20 over here, and wallop the civilian statue with horns again.
That'll hit.
Nice.
Well, the 23 will, not the 17.
Okay. 7 piercing.
All right. Okay, and then Akira.
I want to witch bolt the new guy so bad.
This
I'm
one
gonna.
seems to be taking hits a lot better than the other ones were.
Yeah, I want to do it then. I want this to work the way that I
Alright,
want
go
it to
for it.
work.
You-
Dink! Oh,
It
I
works-
dinked it
it works
Oh
that
pretty well.
time.
God, that's 2 crits in a row with this spell.
See, I put the dink in. I said it good. That's how
Alright.
it works.
It works pretty fucking good, Katie.
Roll that.
Jesus.
Okay, 22.
I'm sorry, what? Did you say 22?
22 damage on this
Holy
witch
shit!
bolt.
Let's fucking go!
Bro, who actually needs like fighters and shit? Just get Katie on the wizard. You just fucking pump
Oni, we
them.
keep telling you.
Just fucking
Right.
pump numbies, man.
And with that, the arc is sustained, and you're connected still to the statue.
Epic, epic.
Okay, Callie.
Yeah, I forgot that dual wielding. I have to use another sword and not just punch shit. I don't know. I'm finna fucking stab it in the fucking face. 19.
19 will hit.
6 damage. I'm gonna swing again. But my long sword. One-handed. 23.
Okay.
10 damage.
I don't think a long sword is.
Can I not use that?
Do you have the feat that lets you use it?
Which is
Weapon fighting. Or
Yeah,
dual
two
wielder,
weapon.
excuse me.
Dual wielder. Yeah.
yeah, I do.
Okay, then yeah, you can. But a 14 does not hit.
Oh yeah, I do have disadvantage. Never mind.
Man, curses suck.
Thank you. Love that knowledge.
As you go to swing with the other one, you just hear like a whisper from the bronze sword. No, I shall be the one to defeat this beast. Okay, and with that, it is Demetrius' turn.
I'm gonna grant Didi advantage on their first attack.
Yahoo! I'll slide forward and try it. Try it on. What are we calling him?
That one is the one that is commoner shaped.
Commoner.
Mhm.
Yay.
I'm commoner shaped.
I got 13. Oh, that wasn't my offhand. Hang on.
And so
13
his pot
and
sword.
a 24.
24 will hit.
Okay.
Okay. This last guardsman will make 2 attacks against Beast. That's a crit and an 11. The crit will deal 15 slashing damage to Beast.
I would like to use my ability to reduce it.
Okay, I think you can only use that once per long rest, I thought. Go ahead and
Let
pop
me
it up.
check. Oh, it says short or long.
Oh, then yeah, you're good.
Nice. Okay, I will do that with my d12. Plus 3 is minus 14, so that's 0.
Right. No, so that's 1.
Oh, 1. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, and then it is Aklon's turn.
All right, I will try and end that thing that just attacked Beast.
That hits. And that shatters that statue.
And I will spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows, and I will make one attack against this commoner statue,
That'll hit.
and I will heal myself for 8 points.
All right. And Theo.
Okay. I am going to Thorn Whip it again.
All right.
Maybe. Oh, damn.
Oh,
Hate to see it like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Hallian. Ready to charge.
Ready to charge back
Oh,
in,
oh.
but I don't actually get anything from that. Just
Well, I'm giving you advantage anyway, because I think this is badass.
All right, 20 will hit.
24 damage.
Oh boy. Okay, and then
Did not get 30 feet, so I cannot, even if I had made it adjacent. So
yep.
that's it.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm just doing the math here. Your Divine Fury is the 1d6 plus 2,
Correct.
and
I'm
it's
sorry. I have
radiant
rage
damage?
checked. Correct. So it's actually 2 less damage. Rage should not be on because I am not raging,
Okay.
which means I don't get the Divine Fury. So it's just the 16 damage.
Okay. That makes things easier. It does look like this stone is magically reinforced, and non-magical attacks are half damage. Okay, Helmed Horror. We'll make. Let's see. I'm gonna make an attack against Beast. That's a 25 to hit for 14 slashing damage.
All right.
And then another attack against Beast again. That's a 12 to hit. So
12 will miss.
Yep. And Beast.
All right, time for some revenge. I'm gonna go with the double horns. 1, 2.
First one will hit.
Take the 5.
Doke, and then Akira.
So I can just use my action and dink him again automatically, and it's the same.
Yeah, just force the damage again.
I
I don't know if the
wanna do
damage is
that.
a little different or anything.
I think it's
On a
the
hit, it takes
same.
1d12, and on each of your turns, you can deal 1d12.
You think?
It's just that, like, at higher levels,
Yeah.
the initial impact hits harder, but
Oh,
the
12 again.
sustained damage does not. All right.
Hell yeah.
Poof, this lightning damage is doing a number to this thing.
Thumping numbies.
Fucking numbies, man.
That's all I'm doing. That's eating.
All right, Callie.
Oh, gotta use my bronze sword again. 11. Bitch ain't
That'll
worth
miss.
Fuck
11,
this guy.
11. Lucky though.
Gotta use the long sword gang. I got some words for this fucking sword.
That'll miss as well.
Wait till we get back home. Wait till we get back home.
Okay, Demetrius.
Everyone is looking pretty well off, so I'm, just gonna keep on keeping on.
Okay, the 24 will hit. 6.
That's it.
Okay. That armor is done for. Aklan.
All right, I will spin around to my left and take a big old swing with my quarterstaff at the statue's skull.
Okay, that'll hit.
And I will spend a key point to flurry of blows. I'll rear up on my hind legs and try and kick him twice.
That'll hit. Those will both hit. Okay, for 3 and 2. All right. And Theo.
It's very broke, but I'm not gonna fix it. Oh hey.
All right. Let's see.
It's a magical 4 piercing.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Oh crud. The same vine has just been like sprouting and like battering the structure of it. And then in this final as like my staff like goes like lifts to direct the vine where to grow, it coils itself around the neck of the statue and constricts and snaps the stone, and it clatters to the ground.
All right. And with that, the magic fades from this rock, and the defenders of the vault have been defeated. We are going to go ahead and take our 15-minute break here now. So we'll be back at 37. y'all. I think Ollie may or may not be back, so we will carry on, and hopefully he will pop back in.
That's my boy.
Let's send a message right quick. Okay. But yeah, scattered amongst the rubble, there are various, jewels that are left on some of these shelves. It seems like this place is mostly barren, other than that. And then there are the two chests up on the raised portion.
Are these cut gems?
It looks like the ones that are remaining are uncut.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. I like pretty rocks.
Rock. Going back to that fucking chest.
Oh god.
You can't escape me, chest.
If you're interested in picking up the gems, you can gather like 6 assorted stones, each worth 50 to 100. We'll figure that out later.
Okay, sir.
I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go.
Oh no.
But yeah, the chest stands resolute, locked, undisturbed by your fist.
You know, I want to punch it again.
Okay, you don't have to roll to hit, but I guess roll to hit so that you can click the damage button. I guess you can click the damage button without doing that, but how's your unarmed strike two-handed? I guess it doesn't. It probably doesn't.
I
You've
got
seen
one.
Captain Kirk make that move.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Thanks,
Captain
Chad.
Kirk.
What?
8 damage. I'm hurting one, so
Yeah, your fist takes 8 damage.
Callie,
What?
I know I may be a foreigner here, but certainly there is another method for opening things with doors.
Have you tried lifting lid?
Yeah, y'all are right. Look, let me lift the lid. Sorry, I thought it was a push door, not a pull door. I'm trying to
The
lift
latch
the
is locked. You would have to unlock it.
Anybody?
I'm pretty good at unlocking things.
All right. I need to see this actually. I'm just gonna take a step out. Let me take my 8 damage.
Beast just rams into it with his horns.
Beast is gonna rub his hands together, and use his thieves' tools.
What?
This. What the fuck?
Now, why'd you learn a trick like that?
Live long enough on the streets and you learn a few things.
So
Yeah, you stick your tools in there, and soon enough the lock pops open, and the chest is at your disposal.
All right. Anything cursed?
you don't
Only
get the
time will
courtesy of
tell.
knowing.
Who knows?
What's inside?
You open it up and you find a fair amount of gold and silver, along with a couple of cut gems.
Is that for the whole party? Or
I'm going to go dump the gold coins I found earlier into this box.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 15 plus whatever is in here.
Mm-hmm.
Who's adding it so that I just want to make sure one of us adds the money.
Who's our loot person this game? It can't be Theo
Andy.
or Demetrius.
Yeah. I think, Katie, I don't want to volunteer you for
No,
this,
I
but I
was
feel like
I
your
was
character.
volunteering.
Yeah, I feel
was
like you might be
volunteering.
best suited for this.
Mm-hmm.
The book person is the best
Our
person.
horns
Every
to
time
person.
with my
see.
characters that take notes because I take notes and then I come up with reasons that they take notes and then that becomes reasons that they do other. Love it.
Okay.
How you doing?
Well, yeah. So you can take. You've got 6 uncut gems, 2 cut gems, an emerald and a ruby, and 200 gold.
Those 6 uncut ones are the ones that you listed to me, yes?
Yes.
Okay, I have those listed in my inventory, but I'm fair with dispersing them when we need funds. I think Theo just wants to hold them.
Yeah.
Kitty Rock.
Okay.
I will note that
Yeah.
they're held by you.
What's everybody else doing? Demetrius. Well, they're not here. Oops. Halion and Aklon.
It's just the one coffer. The 2 statues that did not activate, what are they?
The ones that did not, you see that there is a Leonin, another human, and a what's that word that I'm looking for? A Triton. All wearing like guard attire.
Are these figures of historical significance?
You can make someone can make a history check.
Is a religion check available?
I don't think it would get you anything.
Okay.
Akira,
Yes.
do you happen to know any of these things? Or who these might be? And I will give you guidance.
I was zoned the fuck out because I was doing the inventory. What are we talking about?
Just looking at the remaining
I'm just
statues.
yeah, drawing
Oh,
your
is that-
attention to the statues here.
Can I take a look?
Yeah, make a history check.
Dink. Fuck, I didn't put enough into that dink.
Yeah, I mean, if they're anyone historical, they're not anyone that you recognize.
Looks like
Looks like
Zeus.
Zeus.
No.
Who's that guy?
Oh.
Having been attacked by these things, I think Aklon will wait a little bit while people are examining them, and then once that appears to be over, Aklon will knock them off of their pedestals and hope that they break or crack as they hit the ground, and if they don't, he'll do the best he can to encourage that to happen with his quarterstaff.
Yeah. These things, easy enough to push over.
Mhm.
They are not rooted to the ground. They were not crafted here. So yeah, you can push them over and shatter them.
I loudly whoop and cheer for Aklon as he does this.
Okay, wait. When it comes to
Strangely destructive of other temples.
now, I got a question.
Well, this is
I
not
know
the-
these.
Go for it, Oni.
Okay. I know that these are older styles of like of armor. It's like, does the armor have different looks based on like the city they come from or like region of this
Uh,
continent?
no, they are all designed to be wearing matching armor. That's very similar to like the present day Miletus guard armor.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Well, shit. Let's get the what we found. Cool statues with retro armor and gems.
Would anyone else like to do any investigating or?
Well, we haven't found what we're looking for. I think I'm just gonna start digging through rubble here. I mean,
Well,
you said
there was
there
another
were
path.
like, yeah, but we opened one chest, right?
Yes, you opened one chest. The other one doesn't look so well preserved.
Is it
You
fixed
can
to the ground?
no.
I'm going to just pick it up and chuck it down the stairs.
Okay. It
There could
tumbles
be.
a couple
Never mind.
times and shatters, and it looks like that one was empty.
Okay.
If anyone would like to roll investigation, can.
I forgot to add say guidance, but I'll add my D10.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I suck with intelligence checks. What the hell?
Okay. Theo, you kind of like notice the difference. You've got very high passive perception, and you point it out to Akira, and Akira, on inspecting this area of wall, this tapestry on the wall over here, um, looking behind it, you find, there's some stones that um, don't quite match the rest of it, and then like pressing a pattern, it takes you a few tries, but you do manage to pop open a little hidden secret room. I don't have anything on this map to represent that hidden secret room, but inside is very simple. It's a very small room. Theo, poking in, it looks very similar to the little room that you found the chisel in that there is a marble altar in it, and sitting atop it, you see what you came here looking for.
Oh. I just like do the head poking in from the side and see it, and then just enter the room. Now that I won't use ritual to determine this, I think I'm just going to put my hands in the fate of the gods and pick it up.
Okay. I should probably have the like module for this open.
Oh my god, what?
I've been just running this dungeon and I haven't needed it for this. Give me just 1 second.
Wow.
Peek behind the curtain.
When you go pick it up, Akira like lifts their hand and opens their mouth like they're gonna say something, and then just like, okay, you got it. Okay, all right.
I'm sure me touching an article of true despair will be
Super good
fine.
idea.
Yeah.
Could I get a charisma saving throw?
Oh shit.
Oh my god, a charisma save?
It's okay, I'm a druid. I'm terrible at those. Oh
Oh
my god.
no! Do you want inspiration? I'm scared for you.
I'll take it. Oh, coming through the weirdo gang.
Hell yeah! Heretic, heretic.
Yeah.
Whenever you touch the mask, you start to feel just an overwhelming like tragedy, and like the most like sorrowful, tragic moments of your life begin to flash in your mind. And then it turns out there aren't that many of those.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, this is fine.
Who the fuck's playing that sad music?
But yeah,
Cool.
you have the mask now.
And we have an illustration of it, right?
Cool.
No.
I don't have one to give you, I don't think. Let
Okay.
me I'll find one and I will give that whenever I have it found.
That's
It's a
fine.
sad
I
face
maybe saw it
emoji.
on your desktop at one point.
Yeah,
By
I mean I
accident.
have this thing that's like of both of the masks. I guess I can share that.
Oh. Sad face emoji, please.
No, I've had a very good life. The only reason I'm an adventurer is because I got told to be.
Sometimes God just tells you to go be an adventurer, and what are you gonna do? Argue?
Yeah. And lose my cool powers? Absolutely not.
Exactly.
There we go.
I think the saddest thing that in my life that has happened is having to come to this place.
I will work on
Well,
getting a
damn.
picture of
Okay.
that soon. But I am not a fan. I've taken some liberties with this module, and the masks are kind of like against those liberties. So I will find something to get an image for this. But yeah, I don't have one right now.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. I still want to know where that other fucking tunnel leads.
I don't see why not.
Akira is carefully watching Theodotos and is like, "You're okay, yes? You did not. The artifact
Succumb
didn't
to
harm you?
darkness? No.
Yes. Okay. That is a relief."
Let me know if it starts talking to you.
It is a mask of the dead. I believe if anything were to, this would be the thing.
Where am I going?
Can go ahead and grab all of your tokens, and I'll just fast forward you all back down to the Shattered Sanctuary.
Hand of God. The creator.
Oh, Akira's on.
Oh, I got flung into a wall.
Fucking
Where am I?
video game flipped into a fucking wall.
That's what you get for cheat codes.
Oh,
Oh my
look at
god,
that.
Cole!
What the fuck?
I'm going to copy and paste this. Excuse me. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I think I know what's down this fucking path. It's gonna bother me that we never went down.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Cool cloaks over here. We got cool rusted weapons. Definitely think we should get those. And then, ooh, stairs.
Never seen those before.
Gotta be careful. What does this room look like? Is it just like a regular room?
This room looks like It's got like comfy, well, old and torn apart, but maybe once they were comfy chairs. Light fixtures like sconces that might have held like a magical torch or just a torch. Um, Looks like there's some small bookshelves. Um, this might have been some kind of like study before,
Oh,
Are there
but
okay.
it's
any
very
books
simple.
left?
Um, there are leather-bound pages, but the words have faded. There's nothing of interest or note as far as books go.
Kira deeply sighs and follows Kali.
Don't worry, buddy. These books are not worth it.
They might have been at one time.
Yeah, but they're not worth it now, so no point in them.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, is this door open before I just walk?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's open.
Start clipping
Through
through
here
like
looks like a just a small like you know, another small study. This one much smaller, more like personal, like an office maybe. Mostly collapsed, but there is a tunnel through some of the rubble leading to the north.
gotta go down freaky hole.
Theo looks up at Aklon and Beast and Hallion. Do you feel comfortable walking through these passages?
Why
Well,
wouldn't I?
It's just small and underground. I don't know how long many of you have spent this far underground.
it is not my most common location, but I have been this size for a long time. So I am used to taking up space.
He nods.
Always just get me in through this fucking area. What's going on here? Ooh, what's this? Is this anything?
It looks like a broken remnants of a statue of Afara. Um, Kind of like that one famous statue that's like missing its arms.
Aphrodite.
Yeah.
Oh, wonder where her arms went. Okay. Oh my god, it's going lower. Where the fuck is this going?
Down?
Yeah, you see the rubble is not so much a hallway anymore, just a path through the rubble. You see above you is like just collapsed slabs of marble and pillars that have caught on each other and are holding themselves in place. But it looks like they've been there for ages. You don't fear that they're gonna fall in on you or anything.
Okay, yeah, we're going down this shit right now. I'm just waiting for something to fucking punch me in the mouth. You know, hey Kira, you know,
Yes?
this place is holding up pretty well. I thought this shit would have been fell in by the time we got down there.
I mean, much of it has.
Yeah, yeah.
Looked around at the ceiling.
Ooh, what the fuck is that?
Don't say that. Don't say that to me.
Look at the architecture.
Oh my
As you
god.
come through, you find yourself in a room that is mostly intact. You are entering through where the doorway would have been, but most of it you are climbing through rubble to get there. And inside you see there are two untouched, and then one more pool that has had rubble collapse onto it. But the two surviving pools are filled with a crystal clear liquid. There's nothing. Something has kept this water from being soiled over the centuries, but these pools are seemingly untouched and crystal clear.
Oh, look at that
You can
shit.
see, looking in them, you at first you think that the liquid itself is reflective, but getting the angle, you see that like the basin the water rests in is extremely reflective. It's like a mirror at the bottom of the pool.
This is bad. Is this like regular water?
Do you
No.
how do you
Yes.
want to go about testing
Oh.
that?
uh,
Are you touching it? Are you drinking it? You diving into it?
I'm dipping my bronze sword into it.
It acts like water.
All right, now I'm gonna put my hand in,
It feels like water.
and I'm gonna take a cup of
Very
it and
cold.
drink it.
It tastes not like any water you've ever drank. It's extremely pure.
Whoa.
You almost feel like, man, I probably just drank holy water. That's I'm probably not supposed to do that.
It just sizzles. Oh man, what is this? It's really good, actually.
Akira dunks their head in and just breathes it.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
pop back up and exhale, and a bunch of water just like
Shoots out their neck.
Incredible.
Cool trick.
Love that.
You-
Is it true?
No, it
You
is.
just do
It is just
it.
how my lungs function. But
Yeah, you
thank
just
you
do it.
nonetheless.
I'm gonna lay down and like look at the surface of the water, and then
Mhm.
look at Hallian and say, "Are you practiced in such rituals?"
I cannot create holy water. No, this is for priests.
Do you know how to make use of it?
I don't know what you mean.
He shrugs, asking if you have any experience with the material.
I do not. No.
Passive curiosity. And he looks at everyone else.
Oh, me?
You did drink it, so I figured that answered the question.
Oh, I put a lot of I eat a lot of bad and drink a lot of bad shit for me. But I do plan on attempting to use this for something later. Do I have like a fucking water jug I can put this into?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
you could say
water
that you
skin.
have a water skin. You're muted, dear. Well, your voice isn't coming through.
Discord is shit a bit. I've been watching Cool Deafen and Undeafen for like the last couple minutes.
Yeah, I've been testing out my mic, but I switched to my phone. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I
We
can.
can.
Nice. Did you ask me something, Tyler?
I don't think so. Here, I'm
Oh.
gonna go ahead and move your token in with
Oh
everybody.
no, I was gonna stay at the altar so I could pray to Erebos.
Okay, yeah, you can certainly do that.
Okay. Can I just go for it?
Yeah,
All
sure.
right. Great Erebos. Born. Oh, sorry, I should talk like Beast. Great Erebos. Born when the universe was young, I pray to you, grant me your wisdom. And then, is that a religion check to talk to him?
Yeah, you can make a religion check.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
You understand that while there's a good chance that your prayers do reach Erebos, this is a place that is connected to the gods. You understand that like there's not really any chance of you hearing back, especially because this is a temple to a different god. But it is a shattered and broken one. So yeah, you can continue and make your prayer, and you have no way to know though if it's heeded or heard.
Okay. Okay, I'll do it. Okay. Ancient and wise Erebos, I need your help to destroy the mask. We've found it is contains a incomparable power that would upset the balance if falls into the wrong hands. So please, when you get the chance to allow your servant to destroy the mask, I will take heed. So I await your response in humility and gratitude. Hail to you, mighty Erebos. And then Beast is going to walk away.
All right. Do you want to try to catch up with the group, or are you just gonna wait for them to return?
Yeah, catch up with the group.
Okay.
Oh
Go
boy,
ahead.
where'd they go?
I'll go ahead and move you to them. It's pretty straightforward path. Like there's no wrong turns to make. This way, I'll just get you there quick. Okay. Max is restarting their computer because their Discord was not picking them up. Had some connectivity stuff.
Yeah.
Gosh darn Discord.
But yeah, he did want to just say that Theo is making a point to just towards Callie that this holy water probably isn't something that should be used as a component for crafting, even if it is Afara's.
I mean,
Hmm.
okay, I'm a note that, but I just gotta keep in mind that this is the same person that literally dunked on a whole fucking temple before.
In a very holy and religious way. But anyways, we'll just move on.
Please, I'm getting my fucking water skin full of water.
Would anyone else like to do any investigating or make any checks looking at these pools?
Are there anything in either of these alcoves here?
Some small shelving. It looks like there might have been some like housing for like components and that kind of thing for
Back in the day.
back in the day. Yeah, nothing of interest now. Nothing
Gotcha.
that survived the time.
Fantastic.
Did I understand correctly that Theodotos got, or Theo got the mask we were looking for?
Yes, Theo has the mask.
Okay. And what was the side effect for, like, did Theo touch it or wear it?
Theo just picked it up, and you saw like a flash of like negative emotion across their face, but they pulled through it pretty quick.
I
Got
would
it.
not be donning this. That feels vastly inappropriate.
Okay. Good. All right. So we're at an understanding. I feel like our mission is complete. Does anyone have any unfinished business before we take this and destroy it?
What do you mean destroy?
Well, that was what Erebos sought. It's too powerful. It could cause the end of the world. We must find a way to destroy it.
Just flat out destroy it.
It won't be easy. Erebos himself couldn't do it. But if it's an option, I would like to. Still waiting to hear back from him.
Well, this was not our instruction, and I don't see why destruction is necessary.
It's incredibly powerful and could end the world.
It's also worth
And-
remembering that one of the people who sought us out for this lied about who they are, who they serve. It is very likely that they will try to take it.
We should leave the city. And take it with us.
Seems fair. As long as we're not throwing it into the hands of power-hungry oligarchs.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now it is in our hands, and that is where it will stay.
Where to then, Theo?
Perhaps I will be given insight once we are out of the polis.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Why are you so happy, Demetrius?
I just
Initiative. Oh.
I just await Theo's insight with our goddess.
Sorry, Demetrius. Could you repeat yourself? I'm a little hard of hearing.
I just anticipate Theo's communion with our goddess for insight.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Well. Yeah, that is something we have to do. Maybe. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. Real quick. I think that's should be our first step. Let's just get out. Okay. Would that be a wrong thing to do now?
No, I'm ready.
Okay. Anybody have that chest? I don't remember anybody saying they picked that up. The chest
We've
with all the gold and shit? Or did
we've
y'all like
we've collected the loot. Tyler, do you want us to be tracking who's carrying that?
Ooh, I need to get y'all a bag of holding.
Okay.
I won't have to worry
My
about all
carrying
that.
capacity is insane, so
We have
Yeah.
a lot of strength-based characters.
Y'all have
we,
it.
we
I'm
have
not worried
two
about who has
strength-based
it.
centaurs.
Yeah, it can be strapped to the back of one of the centaurs. Like,
I do take note of like if it's like I have the 6 uncut gems are being held by Theo and stuff like that. Like if it's not like the default person, I write it down.
do a Klon or Hallion or any of you have saddlebags that you can pack?
I mean, I have a backpack that has
Mhm.
virtually nothing in it.
Yeah.
Was it Alexis who wanted us to bring the mask to her? Because I have Malandra just wanted us to keep it hidden.
Huh. No.
I think
No,
council
I think
person
that's
wanted us
backwards.
on.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
the
So
Melandra
fake
wanted
priest
you to bring it
just
back.
wanted
bring
it
to her.
hidden. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Melandra wanted you to bring it back to her in 3 days' time, which is like tomorrow. And then Alexius wanted you to get it out of town and not tell her or anyone where it's going.
Okay.
Well, Melandra's also the one that lied about serving the temple, so probably shouldn't take it back to her.
Right. I was trying to determine based on my notes who was who, but obviously Theo's opinions of these people are very small, as my notes reflect. So, yeah, let's just get out of this fucking town, y'all. Let's just bail.
Should we confront Melandra before we leave?
Some of us may be in more dire political stance, and the vulnerability of confrontation might be exacerbated by her ability to call the guards.
But we have these, and I'll produce my token.
I grimace.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Melandra is the one that came to us at Kali. I say us. Came to Kali's place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So.
We should leave the city so that we may be open to the commands of the gods. Perhaps we should be next directed to find the other fragments of Elpis.
You believe the gods cannot command us? They cannot reach into cities?
I believe that we should have a more direct line of communication once we are out of the polis.
Interesting god whose communication is limited by the makings of man.
Limited, no, but it is different as a speaker to be able to speak the direct will of a god from her own mouth.
Okay. So
Are
Never
there
mind.
speakers for other gods? Perhaps a speaker for Erebos.
Perhaps, but I have never met one.
Drat.
This is my first venture out of the Skola Vale. And should any of you be so insightful or communicative with your own deities, then by all means, please present yourselves. But I came here with a prophecy from Nylea, and her intention was to prevent the fragments of Elpis from falling into the wrong hands. And if Elpis is not to be contained near Anui as this one, then we must find where they are, and they cannot be here.
Oh, so this is a fragment of the whole mask.
No, this is one of the two.
Oh, right.
Yes. It is complicated, even I barely understand.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I agree. We need the other fragment, and we must make haste to speak with the gods on this matter. Sounds like the world could be in peril.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot to take in at the same time, every time. Just gotta. Are you ready to fucking go?
For the past 2 days, yes.
Mhm.
Okay, let's get to moving.
All
Watch
right.
your ass.
Are y'all gonna head try to leave town tonight, or are y'all gonna try to sleep it and head off in the morning?
I would like to try to leave tonight, but I have limited resources beyond just my own stealth that would get me out of town unnoticed.
Do we have to sneak? We can just go.
I might not be able to sneak out.
We don't have to sneak. We can just go.
So the concern that is had is that I have done a tremendous act of vandalism and I am not unknown in this city now. And
Oh, I got some key. Yeah,
please
I'll give us
share.
all some. I'll give us all some stealth with my shadow steps.
Yeah, I think that lets you cast like pass without trace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking kick ass, my dude.
I like that one.
Oh yeah.
So is everyone in consensus to try to leave tonight, or does
I
anyone have anything they need to gather, or?
I don't
I'm
live there.
going back to my forge.
to do what?
I'm finna forge some shit.
Oops.
I live here. I do shit here. I got stuff here.
Yes, but we have a powerful artifact that could possibly destroy the world. I think it is
Okay.
imperative that we get out as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's very true. But I want to try something. That's all. That's all I'm asking. Literally, y'all can leave. I will do this by my damn self if I have to.
This
I will
person
see
knows
if
where
this
you
works.
live. They came to your house. Are you not
Yeah.
concerned?
No, I'm not. Not at all.
Okay, so if Callie's going back to the forge, is anyone going to go with them, or are y'all gonna try to get out of town? Y'all know that there's considerable risk in sticking around.
Where is it that you will go once you leave the polis?
Well,
outside and wander until I am given
Well,
guidance.
Yes, I
if
was
it is
thinking.
possible, could you narrow that down a bit? It seems like Callie is insistent on staying, and I will stay with him to ensure that we get out of city. But the more narrow a meeting location you can give, the more likely we will catch up with you.
Oh.
Is there a grove somewhere that I could feasibly find safety nearby, within a couple of miles?
Yeah. Not far from the point where you all came together and fought those first returned, there was a grove where y'all, like the caravan, rested. That was a good place that everyone here knows about.
Then I will say that we will be near there.
Excellent. Callie, lead the way.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you want to just like walk out or like just fast travel us out of here.
Yeah. The map is inconsequential now. But
We will see you all as soon as we can. If Callie, how much time will you need?
I'm really just like I'm really not doing anything special. I'm really just reforging a simple weapon. But I'm changing the step. That's it. That's all I am doing. You shouldn't take that long.
How
You
much
should
is
give me
not long? An hour? 4
3
hours? 2 days?
4 hours. Okay.
If you do not see us in half a day, move on without us.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, y'all managed to reach your way back out of the uh, caves, back into the Hall of Justice. The guard that was out front, that y'all talked to on your way in, is still there. But other than that, the place looks fairly empty. Looking outside, the sun has begun to set. It's gotten kind of late in the day. Um, you are undeterred from leaving. The guard just asks if all your business went how you liked it, uh, and uh, and yeah, she asks no more questions, and y'all are let out into the city. Um, the group can split. Those of you that are headed uh, for the edge of town um, can do so with some back alleys. The place is a lot less crowded, not as many people looking out. And whenever it comes to the gates, with the pass without trace, Beast manages to focus a bit and gather. Well, Beast, what does it look like whenever you cast this?
I touch people's feet, and then there's like a dark energy around their feet that causes it to be like muffled.
Yeah, do not touch my hooves.
Oh look. Looks like performer is juggling some flaming bowling pins. I'm gonna do a deception check.
Holy shit!
And then a sleight of hand so I can touch Demetrius's feet.
I've seen. Oh, where did you see that? The dead of night. You'd think I could spot it much more. Oh,
Got him.
Babe.
And with that, taking a moment to watch the guard patrol, at the right moment, you make a break for it. You get out of town, off the roads a bit, out of sight, and on your way. Is anyone else going to stay with Callie and Aklon? Okay. In that case, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up session here tonight. Those of you who got out of town made it out just fine. Callie and Aklon, you got back to the forge, unaccosted. And yeah, we will pick back up with that next 2 weeks from now.